Are you ready, ready?
Welcome back to the Boom Room. I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode. It was a blast making it. Once again, thanks to the defending champ for being on there. Like I said, we're going to talk everything Be the Fantasy Football League. We're going to have fun with it. We're going to do some roasting and we're going to be serious. Having said that, let's get into reviewing what happened in the first week of the Be the Fantasy Football League. Shout out to Negro. At least for the first week this year, there were no injuries on your team. That was the good news. The bad news, you still lost by 56 points. The North remembers. Watch some of your game. I saw that you lost 3 touchdowns due to penalty. That's the worst thing that can happen in fantasy football is losing a touchdown to penalty. Tough break for you. Lamar Jackson, really, I'm not going to kill you because it worked out for you, but it was a stupid move. And now let's move on to El Caginos. Really, you go to the smack board talking about Mark Andrews. Really, let me get this straight. Your opponent had somebody score 3.7. His defense scored 5 points. And Corey Davis had a donut. And you still lost. And you went to the smack board puffing your chest out about Mark Andrews. That's a losing culture you setting over there. Way to go, Caginos. And you get the first ever Clown of the Week award. El Caginos, what are you?
I am a clown. I am a clown.
Now, without further ado, let's get into it. The game of the week sets up as Arizona Ryan going to see the defending champions as they put their banner up on opening night. Arizona Ryan, unfortunately, got up to a slow start. Only got 15 points from his starting running backs. Ty Gurley really threw him a curveball. I know going forward, that's going to be a conundrum for you. I wish you well with that situation. The champ, solid 147, only getting 12.4 points from his first 2 picks in the draft. I don't know if you guys noticed, but that definitely got my attention. It's like the champ said last week. He had the depth to make moves, and I think after 1 week, his team looks the most balanced on paper. Good luck, champ. Way to go out there and get it done. Let's get into it. Let's introduce our guest of the week, the most accomplished regular season guy in our league history, the one, the only, Lincoln Legends.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be in league videos. I feel like I get left out a lot.
Well, I know. Let's get into it. I know all the owners are looking forward to this. This should be a very juicy episode. Unfortunately, let's go where the season ended last year. You had once again a strong season. Unfortunately, you didn't bring it home. Your thoughts on the way the season ended last year?
It was a heartbreaker. It was a heartbreaker. I was there. I felt like all the pieces fell into place. I made a decent trade at the end of the season. I felt like, everything was going to fall into place. And then, the Kingmaker, Corey, makes a deal late in the season. And Julian gets McCaffrey, and McCaffrey runs wild on me, and those kind of things happen. It's going to happen for me, though. It's going to happen.
I'm glad you brought up Corey, because I actually had a question about that, because everybody thinks that me and you are the biggest rivals. Like, we go at it. But I think on the slide, you really pay attention. If I ask you this question, how many championships do you think Corey has cost you?
I think Corey plays a part in almost every championship in this league. Yeah. Like, his trades have led to him getting the championship, absolutely. But he's played a part, I feel like, in almost every championship, like with his trades. Like, they might knock him completely out of the playoffs and set somebody else skyrocketing. Like, I think Corey's a kingmaker in this league.
If he doesn't make the McCaffrey trade, do you win the championship last year?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, let's put that behind us. What's done is done. Let's look forward to the next season coming up. So I'm going to ask you a question that I want to ask the first couple guests that come on the show. I want you to grade the draft. We're going to go division by division, and you rank them 1 through 4. If there's anything particular you want to point out, then you're more than welcome. I already gave my predictions last week, so this will be just you. So let's start with the JV, which would be Breeding, G5, the North Remembers, and Machiavellians. How did you rate that division?
Honestly, I think this is the best draft G5 ever had. I think things fell into place for him absolutely in his draft. I think he had the best draft in the whole league. The rest of that division is pretty trash. The North remembers. I don't know what they were doing. Machiavellians. I'm not sure they stayed here all night. And Bread does what Bread does. Like I think he dropped half his team after the draft. Dropped Ad. He does what he does though. I think he'll make a move eventually, and he'll be in there in the end. But that's what he does. Okay,
that's been solid. Now let's go to the once again, I guess the second competitive division, which would be defending champs Jabronis, the Higher Power, Arizona Ron, and El Cajinos.
I really like Jabroni's draft. I really like El Cagino's draft. I think they're up there for 1 and 2. It could be either one of them. I give it to Jabroni's. I think they're just a little bit more seasoned. He's got 4 titles. You can't put it past him. So I think he'll definitely win that division. El Cagino's maybe number 2, and I didn't like T draft. I don't normally like T draft. I think it was the worst draft in that division, but I think T will make some kind of trade with Tone eventually down the line, and somebody will come back and T will put on a run at the end of the season. But I think he had the worst draft in that division.
Okay, now let's go to the division that you're currently in, which is you, myself, whooping that ass in Negro Realty. How would you rate those 4?
I put myself number 1, even though I was distracted a little bit during this draft. This is probably one of the worst drafts that I've had. I think your draft was unusually solid.
I'll take that.
I didn't see.
I'll take that.
Looking back at it, I don't think I've ever seen you take 3 running backs back to back in the beginning of the draft. But it was really a solid group to start your team with. Corey, again, I think Corey will trade away his number 1 pick at some point, and somehow he'll make his way to the playoffs. I don't usually like his drafts, but he somehow turns it around. I had him as the worst team in our division.
Okay.
Arizona, what was it? Negro Realty 3rd.
Okay, now I got 2 questions. One to make you smile, one that's going to make you say, really? So which question would you like first?
Let's go with making me smile. Let's see what that is.
Okay. There's one team in this league that has never beaten you. Can you name it?
Never beaten me?
Yes. You're undefeated against one team in this league. And I'll give you a hint. You're 9-0 against this team.
Never beaten me. Is it you?
Now he's a comedian.
I'm just saying, it's could be you. I don't know.
I think you started the season with a loss to me last year, but that's neither here nor there.
I usually start the season pretty good. I'm usually hot going into that double header. But yeah, I have no idea.
Drum roll, that would be 1. Self-Fast Realty.
Self-Fast?
Yeah, he's 0-9 against you. And let me ask, is this something personal? Because the last 3 times you played them, you beat them by 56, I think it was 68 and 82.
Damn. I think that.
The last 3 games has been an average of a 71-point ass whipping.
I think he's gotten a lot better over the years. It's nothing personal.
So is it safe to say that he's your Negro? So, Lincoln has a Negro. You should name him. You should be able to name his team. You beat somebody 9 times in a row. What's his name? I'm gonna call him whatever you say until he beats you. Let's just name him right now.
Yeah, I'm good. I might need to make a deal with him later on.
Well, listen, you own that Negro.
I didn't put that out there, Negro. My bad.
Now, okay. Now, on the flip side, you only lost 3 games last season. Do you know the 3 teams that beat you?
I lost to Julian.
Yes.
I guess I lost to you. You just put that out there.
Absolutely.
I have no idea who the 3rd team is. I had 2 bad games.
The Trinity.
Who's the Trinity now?
You lost to me, T, and Julian. That was the 3 losses last year. I just thought I'd, that little jab. Like, I knew some shots was coming at TNT, so I had that one waiting for you. Now, speaking on that, I don't know if everybody knows, but you're also the player rep. So anything that you guys want done in the league, any rule changes, anything, any ideas or whatever, it should first go through Lincoln Legends. You're kind of like R.D. Marie Smith, and the commission is kind of like Roger Goodell. So I'm going to give you a chance right now. Any grievances, any things that you want to say to the commission, we can play it later when he's on the boom room and get his rebuttal.
Yeah, like I said, I wish you had given me some heads up about this question. Like this, yeah, we can have a whole show about this, right?
So, like, I mean, is it anywhere where the rift started, or the disagreements, the little back and forth? Is it any? What's the genesis of it?
I don't think I get the credit I deserve in the league. I think I bring integrity to the league. I put a lot of stuff out there. I reach out to the commissioner and the co-commissioner like kind of early. They kind of smack me down like it's not important, and I got to put on the smack board. I gotta rile everybody up to let y'all know it's important. And then it's a new rule in the book next year, and it's like, yeah, I'm the commissioner. I made this happen.
That's fair. I mean, listen, I've been privy to some things, but that's neither here nor there. That's not my fight right now. You're on the show. I want you to be able to speak freely how you feel. Is there anything that you that the league needs to know about Lincoln Legends this year?
I don't appreciate being the team you don't fear. Like, that was a little shot last week.
Listen,
I think everybody know who Lincoln Legends is. You don't want to see me in the regular season. I haven't gotten lucky enough to win those 3 games in a row at the end of the season, but I am always threatening. So, count that as a loss when you see me.
Definitely. And listen, I'll tell you, I feel like you're Andy Reid. You're the Andy Reid of the league. You're going to have a good team. Let me ask you this in closing, in all seriousness. If you would have to say the reason that you haven't brought one home yet would be what?
It's taking some growth. Like, I really like where the league is now. I feel like I'm in a prime position, especially now that we got the free agent, acquisition budget thing going on. I feel like I can make the moves I need to. I feel like I can talk to other owners, most of the other owners, and make trades when I need to. I feel like I'm in a prime position. I'm going to be there every year. So it could happen anytime. I'm counting on it happening this year.
Just to let you know, I know it's going to be a long off season when you see TNT hosted this year. Who you said hosted this year? Last question pertaining to that. I want to ask you, besides yourself, who are the other 6 teams you think you see making the playoffs this year?
I see. I think. I'm sure I'm going to win our division. I see Jabronis winning their division and G5 winning their division. Somebody else from G5 division is definitely making the playoffs. Just because the strength of that division I think it's likely it'll be Bread. I like how Gino's draft. I think they'll make the playoffs. And what I need 2 more?
Yes.
2 more. A little biased, but I feel like T is going to make some kind of moves. Somehow he's going to be that 7th seed and he's going to be a threat.
Okay.
And Corey is the kingmaker or whatever. He'll make some crazy deal. It probably won't be enough to win him a title, but it'll get him to the playoffs.
This guy's funny. Hey, listen, that's your 7. We'll keep track of it. We see how it goes. On another note, big game this week between me and you. How you looking? What you thinking?
I'm feeling really confident. I'd like to see my record against TNT. If they could flash that across the screen. Okay. And show, let everybody know who they need to bet on this week.
Listen, all I know is you gave us some bulletin board material. I know the guys are watching. I know they fired up. Saying that we won't be a playoff team. Yeah, we took notice of that. We beat you the first game last year, and we'll beat you the first game this year. But no, all joking aside, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Listen, I respect your team, and your game is a measuring stick. Is that let everybody know. We're here.
I saw what you did in week 1. I was impressed, but I was right there with you. I feel like I'm gonna be there every week. I'm gonna put up a bunch of points, so you have to score a bunch of points.
Listen, we feel like we built for this. Like I said, I love my team. I love my roster. Shout out to Corey. He just was in the wrong place at the wrong time last week. That wasn't, that was business, not personal. It used to be personal with him because of, all the bets we had, but this year is this business. I'm taking care of business, and now you next in line. And this for us, this is a statement week for us. Coming off what we did last week, if we can back that up with a convincing win against you, I think then the league can say, you know what, yeah, he's serious this year. He back. You know what I mean? So we're going to get back on your back.
I'm going to win this game, even though these regular season wins are not important to me. I got 3 games I need to win at the end of the regular season. So, but I'm going to win this week.
Okay. Hey, listen. Good luck with that. I mean, y'all heard what he said, troops. But look, I want to thank you for coming out. I really appreciate it. The Boom Room is always open to you. I'm going to wish you luck this season. Not going to need it. I know at the end of the day, you'll be one of the teams that's in the playoffs. Good luck on your season, and I hope you guys don't sustain any serious injuries.
That's the only thing that can keep me out of playoffs. Good 3-4 injuries. That's it. There's no 7 teams in this league that are going to keep me out of playoffs. There's none.
Okay, well, we'll see. We got you on tape saying that, so I hope the rest of the league hears it. I think sometimes we look at Lincoln Legends and we don't really see behind the scenes his personality, so I hope you guys see that, he thinks he's better than what he is. Now that we need to...
we're going to edit all that laugh track out.
Once again, I want to thank Lincoln Legends for coming to the Boom Room. It was a blast. And let y'all know our feature game of this week, I guess you guys guessed it, it's going to be TNT versus Lincoln Legends. Coming off the week 1, it should be an epic battle. Right now, I got TNT a slight favorite, laying 3.5 points. We'll break it down next week. I can't wait to see y'all next week in the Boom Room. Wait till you see who the guest is.